You. My question today is referencing the references stuckness and short to long-term calibration of our focus.
So say again.
Well, it originated with thinking about sometimes feeling stuck in a subject.
Like paralyzed or like you're not moving, like that kind of stuff?
Just not making progress, and then...
The reason we wanted to clarify is because we've been asking you to find an emotion and make it stick. And so we wanted to clarify between that stuck and this stuck that you're talking about. So we'll hear you now. Say it all.
And then knowing when to be focused short-term for calibration or long-term for calibration.
Well, if you're not ready for long-term, it won't feel good. And if you're more ready for longer term than you're allowing, that won't feel good either. You will feel where the interest is. Let interest be what you're reaching for. You'll feel it. But you've got to be willing to set at least a minute or two or three aside in order to feel your way there. We'll give you an example. We've offered this a few times, and it's silly, but you'll get it. Esther was on a cruise ship a few weeks ago, and she's been on a lot of cruise ships. They've been holding seminars for many, many years on these cruise ships. And Esther always has the nicest room on the ship. And they call it the penthouse, even though it's odd that they do, because it's not on top or anything like that. But now Esther is on a different cruise ship than she's been on before, and she's in this nicest room. She really likes the special rugs, and she really likes the special art, and she really likes the special things that this special room on these special ships has been offering her. And now she's on a very contemporary ship that is lovely. It's technologically brilliant, and everything about the way it moves on the water is magnificent, and the size of it and the theater. There's so many positive aspects of this ship, but her personal cabin is not what she was expecting or what she was used to. The furniture looked like it came from IKEA, which is fine. It's just not like what she expected to be in there. So she found herself in a sort of spoiled brat sort of way, dissatisfied, and it was really causing a tug of war within her, because she knows how to be happy, and she knows that things don't make the difference, and it was bothering her that she was bothered. It bothered her that she was bothered. What is wrong with you? This is the kind of thing your mother would scold you about, she's thinking. She wasn't so unhappy. She was unhappy. Not satisfied. And the placement of the things in the room. Now, we just explained to you how good Esther is at letting the universe put things together. The universe had no part in putting this cabin together. There was not rhyme nor reason to the reason that anything was where it was. There was furniture inside that should have been outside, and furniture that was outside that looked like it should have been inside. Esther just wanted to hire a crew and change this cabin up. So anyway, she's sitting there, unhappy about her unhappy, and thinking about the things that we've been talking about, and decided to look for some easy existing matches. And she looked at the sofa that she was sitting on and acknowledged really what a well-made sofa it was. It was a sectional, but it was new and firm and felt really good under her. And then she thought about the beautiful antique sofa that was on a previous ship that was so saggy that she had to put a throw pillow under the cushion so that she didn't slide out of the couch, so that she'd stay in the couch. It was gorgeous and really expensive couch, but it was not comfortable to sit on. And then she laughed at herself. She thought, so what's the point here? Isn't the point that you feel good where you are? And so she appreciated what a comfortable sofa this was. And then she thought, the bed too. The bed, I slept so well on this bed last night. And then she thought about her bathroom area, really unbelievably well-engineered shower. And the makeup area had a big mirror that came up out of a desk, and it was so well lighted, the best that she'd had. And as she got focusing, once she got off the subject of the decor and on the subject of other things, she thought, this is really a nice experience. Nothing on this ship was rattling. Nothing was making noise. And within about 3 minutes, she had a long, long list of things that right now, in this moment, she felt satisfaction about. And then what surprised her the most is that her mood went from satisfied to eager almost instantaneously after that. And then she thought, because now she's in tune with her vortex, now she can really hear us, she has this very clear thought, look what I've just done for my point of attraction. Look what I'm doing for my point of attraction. And look what my complaining was doing for my point of attraction. Look what my appreciation is doing for my point of attraction. It's sort of like getting things straight about what matters most, and then it was just nothing but pleasure relative to that from then on. Is it my opinion or is it my intention? My opinion is this could be much prettier. My intention is to feel good anyway. My opinion is that would be better off not happening, but my intention is, so it's happening, am I going to let it ruin my life? Or do I have the ability to focus outside of that thing that's happening and feel good anyway? Do I or do I not have control of my point of attraction? That's the question that we want you to leave this gathering with. Do I need to control the things I can't control? Can you control your government or any government? Can you control the overall economy? Can you control when the Strait of Hormuz opens or doesn't? If these things that are bothering you are contingent upon that being solved, then your point of attraction is going to suffer every day until it is solved, provided it's solved in exactly the way you think it should be solved. Or can you be present in the moment and understand that you have access to the energy that creates worlds, and that the way you tap into it is by finding something that you can feel when you've tapped into it. You can feel when the stuck stops being stuck. You can feel when the energy starts to flow. You can feel when your liveliness comes back into you. You can feel when the ideas begin to flow. You can feel when your point of attraction is different. And it shows up in every moment, not just from things that you're observing, but from the way you're interacting with people, to the dreams that you're having at night, to the money that flows into your experience without you actually trying to calibrate exactly where it's coming from. You going for the feeling, or are you going for the bus because it might impress somebody? Jerry and Esther never even showed their bus to anybody. Well, one time they were in a campground in Boston, in Foxborough, south of Boston. And this bus, because it was so big, it required 50 amps to run everything, like a whole house. And most of the campgrounds had a few spots like that. But most of the campgrounds around the nation were built with smaller rigs, and so most of them only had 30 amps, and some of them no electricity at all. And so Jerry and Esther had to plan ahead. It was a window to get into the campground that they wanted to be in and be able to get a 50 amp spot. It took some pre-paving and some planning. So this one weekend they were in Boston for a seminar, like it's coming up. They were there for a whole week before, and they could get the 50 amps for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but on Friday they were all sold out, Friday and Saturday. And so they were told, you can stay here, but you'll have to move your bus over into the camping spots and just unplug it. You can leave it here, but you can't have any electricity. Jerry said, that's really great. And so on Friday afternoon they moved their $2 million bus through the campground over to where the tents were pitched. And found a nice level spot for it, leveled it, put the feet down, put the sliders out, and plugged into nothing. The batteries would carry it, the generator would, but it was noisy, didn't want to turn it on. And then a little boy knocked on the door. I'm with that troop over there, it was a Cub Scouts, and we want to know if we can see in your bus. And Jerry said, sure, come on in. And so 30 little camper scouts came in, made the doors open and close. Some of them used the bathroom. They opened the drawers. It was fascinating. Some of them asked for a drink of water, used the ice machine. Jerry said, let me show you something really cool. And he pushed a button, and all the shades went down at once, and the television came down, 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 down. And Star Wars showed on the screen. Wow, they said. Wow, they said. And then Jerry said, you want to see the outside? They said, yeah. So Jerry took them outside. He pushed a button, and that hose just got sucked right back up in. He pushed another button, and that hose got sucked right back up in. He demonstrated all this magnificent camping equipment that was all stainless steel behind these big doors. He opened another door and pushed a button, and a big drawer came out that had all kinds of boxes with all their kind of stuff. Jerry said, we call this the basement. So They all said thank you. Off they went. And in a few minutes, all of their parents were knocking on the door. We want to see your bus. Jerry said, come on in. And then the lady said, when I saw you drive in, I hated you because I thought you were the Japanese taking all of our money. That's what she said. I thought you were like a foreign country because it was very Asian looking. But now I get that you're not so bad. And Jerry said, thank you very much. You can't perform for how others will react to you, because how they react to you has nothing to do with you. How they react to you has everything to do with how their life is treating them. And so the best you can do is demonstrate that your life is treating you really well. And when you're ornery, say you're ornery, I'll be back, I'm going to go get happy. And when you're confused, I'm sorry, I'm confused, I'm going to go off and gain some clarity. How are you going to do that? Well, I'm going to meditate, or I'm going to relax. In other words, as you demonstrate, as you teach through the clarity of your example that you are living happily ever after, then others who want to live happily ever after might get a whiff of what it is that you do that keeps you living happily ever after. And isn't it interesting how it isn't driving a $2 million bus? It's finding something to be interested in now, and now, and now, and now, and now, which will lead to whatever capacity you are willing to accept for yourself. In other words, life can get as good as you are willing to let it get, and will only get as good as you are willing to let it get. And there's no other factors that are involved. It seems like outside forces are making you sick, or keeping you from your wealth, or keeping you from your lover, or from your mate, or from your whatever. And there isn't anything that is the reason that anything is happening to you other than that you've trained yourself into some thinking that either lets it in or doesn't. We've enjoyed this interaction more than any that has come before. We think it's remarkable that you are willing to listen to us ramble about things that you already know until you really, really, really know that you already know them. There isn't anything new for you to do. Just get out there and find some reasons to be happy, and then some other reasons to be happy, and some other reasons to be happy. Or look for things that are fine. Your inner beings are with you every step of the way, as are we. And we are appreciating the delight that you provide us as you keep asking for more. Our greatest delight is not when you grow your vortex. That's fun. But our greatest delight is when you let the contents of your vortex into your physical experience. That's the best part for all of us. There's great love here for you. And for now, we are complete.